Did you know that Clock's trial began today? Reporters inside the courtroom announced that the first day of the trial is done, but the prosecutors are not prepared. They are hesitating a lot, not responding to the judge's queries, and providing little evidence to support Clock's attorney's argument. Since this was Flock's first trial, it makes sense that he was upset at the end of the day. But his attorneys whispered in his ear that they were going to win, so much so that his legal team shared a message from him while he was in jail.
I have no going on, man. Flock, I know something good, man. Like, we to the guys, man. Hey, yo, like, I'll be back real soon. Shout out to my fans and my supporters, man. I love all y'all, man. For all the youth out there, violence, man. For me, and do what y'all supposed to do, man. Get through life correctly, bro. Like, get money.
However, it is crucial to comprehend the criminal description in order to determine when he will be released. Rapper Flock, whose real name is Kevin Paris, was implicated in the death of Oscar Hernandez on December 23, 2021, according to the trial. On that day, you see Flock strolling down a city sidewalk with two other people. He's wearing designer jeans and a blue coat with a shine mask. As Flock passes a barbershop, Oscar Hernandez spots him. From within, Oscar yells at him as he passes the barbershop, "What are you looking at?" Oscar and Flock have a history together, so they start arguing and shouting back and forth. After the argument is over, Oscar Hernandez is seen leaving the Flock, but with his back to the Flock swiftly pulls out his gun and strikes Oscar several times as he tries to flee to the barbershop. When the Flock stopped firing, he hurried away from the scene, leaving Oscar lying on the sidewalk by himself. Fortunately for Oscar, witnesses contacted 911 to save his life, and paramedics arrived and took him to the nearby New York hospital where he tragically died. All that was left at the scene were shell casings and the slides Oscar was wearing. The NYPD was unaware of what had happened for 24 hours before they would pick up the security footage from the crime, but they were unable to identify the masked man. At this point, the NYPD looked to the public for assistance, posting this picture of the suspect online and asking for anyone who could help identify the person. Unfortunately, just hours before he committed the crime against Oscar, he posted pictures of himself wearing the blue designer jacket he was wearing at the time. Fans noticed this when word spread about the incident, and they were able to identify the perpetrator. I accompanied Kevin yesterday when he turned himself in to detectives in the 30th precinct. Immediately after learning that he was wanted for the charges against him, I made arrangements with the NYPD, and we have started our investigation into these allegations. He hired one of the best attorneys in the game to rat him out during his last hours as a free man. Following our assessment of the matter and more investigation of the DA's significant disclosure, we will speak with Bile. After receiving all of the evidence the government possessed, Clock's attorney concluded that Flock was defending himself.
Guy hits the ground and is found. He's got a loaded that was in his pocket that his hand was on at the time. We consider that to be self-defense.
So he did keep him in self-defense.
That's what the allegation is. I don't want to talk too much about the details of the case.
Okay.
But the government claims that he pulled but at the same time, the person that was ground had his hand on a illegal loaded.
Okay. So without saying too much, you're arguing obviously self-defense.
That could be one of the arguments, self-defense, and I would say to the public, somebody's walking up to you with a loaded, it's pretty clear is going to use it, with a criminal record a mile long. Do you want to get or do you not want to?
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't hesitate to pull it.
Soon after, the NYPD issued a statement regarding the incident, stating that they believe it was the result of a long-standing feud between street teams, primarily because of Clock's long-standing affiliation with a Bronx-based street team. It is documented that Flock had a history of being heavily involved in street-related acts, had a lot of control over situations, and was frequently targeted when his opponents retaliated. This quickly destroyed Flock's reputation in the rap industry, with his best friend saying,
But so I saw some fans who were off at both me and academics after Flock got locked up because, well, just because I guess in our tone when we talked about it, it might have seemed like we were being a little too presumptuous. But is that weird for you? Because I'm sure you see people all the way from rappers to whoever acting like your boy is just done and he's cooked in this situation.
I ain't gonna lie, people. Especially people that don't even be knowing, y'all don't even know what's going on.
which was the time that K-Flock, one of the top 5 rappers, was arrested and sent a message to his followers.
Talk to them, Flock. Talk to them, my dog. Soon come home, man. You got these little boys walking around with no jewels, Flock. They need you. They need you, Flock.
As a result, Bobby even responded to FL's case.
What's it like for you watching the K-Flock thing happen? That's crazy. Next big artist coming out of New York.
I love Flock, so I like that. That's my guy.
Okay.
But I'm wishing him the best right now, you know what I'm saying? And, for the alleged charges they pushing on him, you know what I'm saying? I'm wishing his family the best. I'm wishing the whole team the best and everything, you know what I'm saying? And I hope he beat them alleged charges, you know what I'm saying? Because he got a lot of future brightness. He got, and I hope, you know what I'm saying?
That would be a sad story if that's the end of it.
We ain't gonna think like that, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta stay.
However, as Clock's attorneys were preparing his defense, he was hit with even more charges. Fans on the internet responded to the news by sharing that K-Flock had been indicted by a federal grand jury for multiple new racketeering conspiracy charges, also known as RICO charges. They also said that the feds had just unsealed an indictment on K-Flock for a RICO charge, which is the mandatory minimum. If he doesn't beat those charges of snitching, he will still face state charges that have him imprisoned, which are related to how the feds have treated you.
They want you. I knew they wanted him bad when they waited for that law to get passed. So it'd be 8-4.
Oh, right, yeah.
They waited all the way till that law got passed to take him to trial.
Yeah, he was in jail for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, they could have been took you to trial.
You're right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. When they want you, man. Just don't see how he didn't get a bond after.
This caused his attorneys to respond to the RICO charges by saying, "We're not surprised by the federal charges, as we've been fighting Kevin's state charges for over a year now, considering the incident was a clear act of self-defense. The charge wasn't particularly strong, but it's remarkable that it's now being used as the basis for a penalty charge, because it's evident on video that Kevin was about to be impacted after trying to leave the other person. Only then did Kevin use an item to defend himself and another from an armed team member who was about to take his item from him. Pocket. The feds are using every possible tactic to obtain evidence about K-Flock, which led them to his co-defendant Sticky. According to academics reporting on K-Flock, he was asked to snitch on K-Flock, but he replied, "No, I'll see you in 30 years." He posted an Instagram picture of himself and K-Flock on the street with the caption, "Did stuff at RL together. Guess we got to defend our freedom against these people together." They said, "Tell us about Kevin. Help yourself." This is both good and bad news for K-Flock, but it's good that his co-defendant is being faithful until. In the end though, there are a lot more people involved than just the two of them. At least 15 people are being targeted for this charge, which makes it very likely that someone will snitch on him. This is similar to Lil Durk's case, where there were numerous reports that people were snitching on him, but they turned out to be untrue because Durk's best friend Bezu told everyone to calm down after they appeared in court together this week and claimed that Durk had learned that his co-defendant Opti Fanani had filed for protective custody.
No motherfucker know what's going on, but them people that's in them courtrooms, man. For real, for real. Them be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what the be going on, for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird as hell. That's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all done threw the jam rumors out there. Now y'all talking about funny up this gang. A snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on, for real. Some of my kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because of you motherfuckers, y'all be trying to get them up.
Interview 758/836. With everything going on, K-Flock himself eventually got back to us. It's unclear how K-Flock ended up in jail, but these pictures of him show that he's not the confident, normal K-Flock that we're all used to seeing. The call lasted only about 20 seconds, which I can't share because of copyright, but they give us a clear picture of how K-Flock looks these days and how he feels about his current case.